Hello and welcome to this training. If you are seeing this video, what it means is you are seeing the first part is going to be in two places. The first part of the video that should introduce you to this community. So this is a free class, and in this class I'm going to be talking about writing. So this is actually a writing brand. Cravinkminds is a writing brand, in case you do not know, and our goal is actually in seeing people become better writers, seeing people become world-class writers, and seeing them being happy with their writing career. That means that they are either making money from writing or they are getting a lot of results from writing. So we are going to move on to the other slides of the video, where I'll be talking in details on what this whole program is all about. And actually I'll also be in this beginning video, I'll also be doing a free teaching on what you need to know about writing. I'll help you understand the essence of writing. I'll also help you to understand that there's only one major form of writing that you need to learn that will make you a master of every other form of writing. I'll be showing you that major form of writing, and I'll also be teaching you the importance of writing, and I will tell you how that writing is inevitable for every individual. And of course I will show you the ways you can make money from writing, and I'll also be telling you how that there are some myths that we've been told about writing that really need to be debunked, and they have been the things that have been affecting the way we view and the way we view writing. Then I'll also be showing you three major ways you can actually make money from writing. So let's move on to the writing. Let's move on to the training. First of all, who are we? So this is the goal of the community. Cravinkminds is a brand, is a web-based organization, and we actually have one goal. And our goal is actually to build a strong global community of writers who are completely irresistible. What we mean by completely irresistible means that they are writers who are well equipped to make money from writing. That means that they write in ways that nobody can actually resist them, and that will also mean that when they write, they get results. So if they are writing to sell a product, their writings will always convert. So they get results from whatever it is that they are writing. So how does this work? We actually train them. We actually train individuals. We train writers, and we help build them to write in ways that no one can resist. And of course we also help them realize how they can convert their passion to money. If you are seeing this video, actually is either you fall into these categories. Now I'm going to list out the categories. Number one is either you do not know anything about writing, but then writing interests you and you want to become a better writer. Number two, it is either if that's not the category you fall into, the second category you fall into will be that you are actually a writer, but then you want to become a better writer. Number three, you can, if you don't fall into any of these two categories, you can also fall into the category of the people who actually feel they are good at writing, but they are frustrated because they've not been able to make any money from writing. It's like I am probably quite good at this thing, but when I write, nothing happens. I'm not getting any conversions, I'm not getting any results from the things that I'm actually writing. So if you do not fall into this category, maybe you should not continue with this training. It means that if you are not interested in writing, if you do not want to develop your writing skills, and if you do not want to make money from writing, then maybe you should not continue with this training, because this training is basically for people who either like to write, people who are not really that much into writing, but they want to develop their writing skills, or people who write and they want to make money from writing, or people who want to write and just enjoy the habit of writing, so they just want to improve their skills just to keep enjoying the way they write. So these are the categories of people that we should find in this training. Now if that is the case, what will happen and how this training will help you is that it will help you, to convert that your passion for writing to money. Number three is we also help writers enjoy the habit of writing. It's either you are an individual who likes to write for the sake of enjoying the activity of writing, or you are an individual who likes to write because you want to make money from writing. You cannot be in the middle. You have to fall into any of these two categories. I think that's the way it actually works. But then, if you fall into any of the category, what also matters is that we will help you to actually enjoy the habit of writing by bringing you to this community. And what will happen when we bring you to the community is we'll continually assist you in writing better. There are many platforms, many structures that have been set in place in the community to help you become better writers. Number two, we also award you for writing, and number three, we also mentor you so that you begin to write better. There are people who join the community, the ways they were writing before was different from the way they are now writing now. They've really improved in their writing skills. So these are the three goals of the community. Remember, what we are interested in is seeing you become an irresistible writer who enjoys what he does and makes money from what he actually does. Now I'll be moving on to the next slide. Now, why should you trust us? Now, why do you have to trust me? Actually, I think you can just trust me because I am actually giving you this video for free. Then you have nothing to lose. You are actually watching this for free. All the value I'm going to be giving in this video and in the next video, you are not paying any money for it. So I think there should be no trust issues there, except if I'm collecting money from you for the free video, and that's probably where you might be having that. But then you are watching this video for free, so at least I think that should be clear. But then also there's other reasons why you might want to trust us. It's because number one, we've been teaching courses passionately. We teach our courses passionately because it is something we are passionate about. Like I said, it's actually a writing brand, and one of the things you might actually know as a Nigerian, if you are also into writing, is that it appears that there are not many places for you to actually find people who will want you to read, who are really passionate about writing. I'm not saying there are not many online groups. There are many groups on WhatsApp, maybe poetry groups or writing groups, but you find that many of them, they are just there, but then they are not there. People are just there, but then they do not write that much. It's like that writing passion is not really there. In Cravinkminds, the heads of the community are people who are passionate writers. So for one thing, we are really passionate about writing. That is why we emphasize in it. Aside from the fact that we are passionate about writing, in Cravinkminds, we actually see that writing is an activity that is inevitable in human development, even particularly in this present 21st century. If you are living in 2021 or 2020 or 20 whatever, we are in the digital age, and the digital age is actually fueled by writing. Think of copywriting, content writing, articles. Do you have a business? You always need to write something to make people buy your products, to make people purchase whatever it is you are selling. Even if you work in a firm, you always need to write things to your boss, to your employer. Writing is what, in fact, news. We all live, people live by reading news, getting informed, writing manuals, reading books on how to do things or how not to do things, knowing about things that will save them from danger. All these things are all products of writing. So we also see the relevance of writing, just as we are passionate about writing. That's why one of the things that you really need to bear in mind that can make you trust us. Number two is that this is the platform that will teach you how to write. I'm not sure there are many platforms like this. I don't know if there is any, but I just know that there are not so many platforms like this. And this platform will teach you how to write. What I mean by platform is in this organization, we'll teach you how to write. That's number one. We help you, we'll give you opportunities to actually make money from writing, and you're not paying anything when you join the platform. And number three is we keep you in a community that helps you to develop by awarding you cash prizes for improvement. So when you join the community, we always give you cash prizes when we see that you write so well. So we shortlist at the end of every month the best writers in the month, and we actually award them cash prizes. Number three is that our students are always more than satisfied by the classes. In fact, some of them send me text messages of text of prayers and greetings just to appreciate. Yeah, some of the times I see people who just send me messages, and I'm just shocked. That's actually what keep me, going on in with the brand and with everything, because of personal messages I get and encouragement I get from my students who have actually been grateful because of the value they've gotten through Cravinkminds, and because of the value that they've gotten from our classes. So our students are always more than satisfied. I will show you a few of our a few screenshots of students' comments and testimonials. Another reason you might want to trust us is because we have people in countries from different continents attesting to the great quality of writings and teaching services found in the community. One of the creative writing classes I actually held sometime in 2020, I think 2020 or maybe early 2021, I had somebody from India who actually participated, and I got feedback from her, and she was trying to talk about the fact that she got a lot of value from participating in the classes. And also I actually have people also from Asia who have sent me messages to publish with them just because of the fact that they read my writings on social media. So you might trust us for that, because of the fact that we have people who are not even just Nigerians who are also recommending our services and our teachings. Another reason is the fact, the passion that we put into what we do is going to speak, and that's one of the reasons why you might want to trust us, because we are really passionate about what we do. We do not just teach you and let you go. So when we teach you how to write, we bring you to the community because we want to see you develop. So we are passionate about it, and you see the effort from us put into the teachings. Now, who is this training actually meant for? This training is meant for you if you are passionate about writing. I have said this at the beginning. So if you know that there are still some things about creative writing you are yet to learn, if you see that there are some things about creative writing you don't know, or if you feel there are some things about writing itself you do not know, this training is meant for you. Number 3 is if you like the idea of making money from writing, yes, then this training is meant for you. If you do not know how to write but you wish to learn how to write, this training is also meant for you. If you want to self-publish, you want to make money from publishing your books, this training is meant for you. Then if you actually believe that there's a lot of value in joining a writing group or a writing organization, then of course this training is also meant for you. So if you do not fall into this category and you feel like writing does not interest you, you feel like writing is a waste of time for you, then probably you don't even need to continue with the free class. You can just leave the group, or if you're on the website you can just stop watching the video and just find something else to do. If you are interested in MLM or get rich quick scheme, this is also not meant for you. Alright, now we're moving on to show you some of the screenshots of students' reviews and testimonials. This is somebody's comments from my poetry workshop. I was teaching a class and this was what someone had to say. This is somebody who registered for one of my creative writing courses last year, and she was just sending me a message just to talk about the way I teach and just to encourage me. These are the kind of messages I get sometimes. I don't even expect it. I just receive random messages, particularly when I post things on my WhatsApp status, because I make sure that everyone who participates in the training are going to have my contact. You can always message me and I can always encourage you. So it's like a mentorship platform, or it's like a one-on-one platform. And when you are not satisfied with some things, you always have the liberty and the freedom to express yourself. But actually I've not had any complaints from any of our teachings so far, and I hope by God's grace that we might not get such. Alright, so this is somebody else also who read one of my book, and she's giving a good comment. This person had not participated in my training at this time. She was able to get the book and she was passing reviews concerning it. This is somebody who attended my poetry workshop, and she was talking about the fact that just in 3 days her writing skills had accelerated. Look at the right word she even used to describe. She said it has really been a mind-blowing experience. In 3 days I have grown into producing a better writing than I used to. So there's no way I could doctor this. There's no way I can doctor this. In case you think this is all screenshots or this is all Photoshop, that is ridiculous. You will obviously see that this is not doctored. This is from one of my poetry workshops too. This is somebody saying that he had not had the time to attend the class, but when he went through the teachings, he really got a lot of value. This is another person sending me a message. Okay, this is another person during one of the creative writing classes. This is someone saying that she's really learning a lot of things. This is somebody, this is my creative writing class, one of my creative writing classes. These are people giving comments all at once. Somebody saying yes, oh, very explanatory. Okay, you are one of the most patient people I know. Patient and interactive. Okay, that's like a personal comment. But then let's move downwards. This is someone else saying, this is the third time I'll be taking the training. I just love his voice and the way he explains things in a simplified manner. So these are people who are talking about the value they've been getting from the writing classes. Now, so who am I? Who is the main tutor? Now, I'll just be talking about myself quickly. My name is Joel Adewale. I am a writer, I'm a poet with an ear for literary criticism and jazz music. You can find my profile on Goodreads. Just go on Goodreads and type my name. You'll find my name and you'll find some of the books I have actually written. So I am the innovator and editor-in-chief of this organization, and I review and I critique works. Also, I am published in two anthologies largely based in India. One of them is Dappled Shades, the other one is Midnight Thoughts. This is somebody from India actually sending me a message because, okay, she read my write-up somewhere and she's saying, I am the co-author of Bits of Art. You write very well. I am working in a new anthology on spoken words. It would be great if a writer like you will speak some words to motivate people. It would be very nice if you give a positive response. This is somebody else too from India. She said, hey there, I loved your content in the anthology Midnight Thoughts. Okay, this person read my poem in the anthology Midnight Thoughts. It's like an anthology that was published in India. It's actually on Amazon, but not in Amazon of US, Amazon of India. Okay, and she said, I loved it so much that I texted the compiler to put your work in the start so that a good impression goes to the reader as soon as he opens the book. Would you like to be a part of my anthology? So these are people passing comments on my writing skills. These are people passing comments on the way we teach in the community. These are people passing comments on, what you just actually find through this is the integrity of the community. So you should be rest assured that you are in safe hands, and if your desire is actually to be a better writer, that your writing skills will actually accelerate. So let's move on to the rest of the slides. Now, what do you get in this training? After this whole discussion I just did, what are you going to get in this training? So the first thing that you are getting in this full training, I do not mean just this free class. I mean the whole training itself is you'll be getting access to a rigorous class that will help accelerate your writing skills. This is the first part of the training. I mean, what it is going to be resting upon is the fact that it will focus on helping you become a better writer. It will focus on helping you accelerate your writing skills. The second part is you'll be getting a detailed training also. I mean, in the whole training, there are three parts in the whole training. The first part of this whole training, this whole program, is a part that will help you to improve on your writing skills. That's where we'll be teaching on how to write good grammar, how to write good sentences, how to tell good stories, how to use hooks. Some of the times you're on Facebook, you read some contents and you just scroll because it does not captivate you, but then you just find some and you just see the headline and you are moved and you're already reading the article. You've forgotten that you had something you came to do on Facebook. That is actually a hook. I'll be teaching you how to do that. You'll be learning lots of things actually in the whole training, but the emphasis on the first part is actually that your writing skills will accelerate. The second part is you'll be getting a training on how to make money from writing. You'll also be getting a training on how to make money from writing. And the third part is you'll be brought into the community. So these are the three sections of the training. So the training is basically a training on helping you to be a better writer and a training on membership, because our goal is building a strong community of writers. And that is why we make sure that before people come into the community, they are trained on how to write. So we will be able to know that these people are people whose passion and whose art is for writing. Alright, now I'm going to be talking about some myths that we have been told about writing, some things that are in our mindset about writing that actually affects us, and that is not making us to give ourselves to writing enough, and that is even not making us to make money from writing. Number one of such myths is that writing does not apply to everyone. This is a big lie. The fact is, everyone is a writer. I know it sounds absurd because you might be like, writing is one of the things in my life I hate the most. In fact, I can't even imagine myself becoming an English lecturer, or I can't imagine myself be saying I'm a writer. How does that even make sense? The fact is, you are a writer, you just don't know it. You might have paused this video, while watching it. Maybe you felt it was so long and you were doing something else on your phone. I can bet that what you were doing was sending a text message to somebody, or even if you are not sending a text message to somebody, you are writing an article somewhere on maybe Facebook, or you are writing something on Instagram. You are writing. That's writing. You are still writing. You are a writer. The social media cannot exist without writing. If you are going to have Facebook exists because people are uploading content, and majority of the content being uploaded is writing. Are all things that thrive on writings actually. Twitter as well, Instagram as well, or virtually all social media platforms you can think of. Even Instagram, that is just pictures. In pictures, people write content too. They write content as well. Now let's not even talk about social media. Let's talk about our own lives. Do you know that what actually fuels our self-development and our development as a society is actually the news that we read, the things that we hear around us? And the news system, the media system of passing across information or news article is based on writing. If there is no writing, we cannot actually have news. Maybe you think that people just come up and they just say all those information from their head. No, they write it down. There's somebody that needs to write it. Let's say you are now like, okay, I don't even like writing. I like videos. I like watching movies. I like something that is actually visual. Most of the visual things you're actually seeing are things that are written down already. So the media industry exists because of writing. You just need to understand that. When you understand this, you see that writing applies to everyone. Let's even forget about the media industry. Let's talk about you yourself as an individual. You are going to grow up writing, whether you like it or not, because you are going to be writing exams, you are going to write essays. Let's now say you now come out, you are no longer in the university, or you are no longer in secondary school, you are now working under somebody. You are going to need to write CVs, you are going to need to write application letters. If you are working in a fully established company, you will need to write reviews, write proposals, you need to write lots of different kinds of papers. And if you are very poor in writing, it's going to reflect on the way that you'll be viewed as an employee, and it's going to also affect your ranking in that organization. So that means writing applies to you more than you even think. Everyone is a writer, because we all write every day, particularly those of us who live in the 21st century. We cannot do without writing. Even when you say you are not going to press your phone, you are not going to maybe tweet, you are not going to send a message on WhatsApp, just try to take an inventory of all your activities. You find out that you most likely spend certain amount of time each day writing something, jotting something down. So we are all writers. That being said, it is a myth to believe that the writing industry is dying, or the writing industry does not exist. Everyone is a writer. The second myth I am going to tackle is the myth that believes that people no longer read. This is also a big lie. And this is also a big lie. The reason why this is a big lie is because writing still exists. If there is still writing, then there are people who always still read. Now, talk about movies that you watch. People write those movies. Don't think they just act it from their head. There's somebody that needs to write it. If you have an industry that is thriving well, there are people who are writing the email newsletters of that company. There are people who are writing the copies that the company will use to advertise. There are people who write the proposal letters of that company. All these people who write all these things are paid lots of money, particularly now when everything is online. People always need copywriters, people always need content writers, people always need bloggers. So the writer is always in demand. Now if the writer is always in demand, it is because they know that there are people who are going to read all those things. You cannot always pass across information with talking. Many of the times you have to use written text, and even in the times when you will need to talk, you need to plan what you are going to say with a written text. So this is going to make you see that people always read. Now let's even move away from this example, let's move away from that standpoint, let's go further. Now the argument is that a writer cannot make money again because it is no longer in the 20th century, 19 something, when people were always writing books and people were always reading. Now everybody just likes to see something that is animated, so nobody wants to read, and that is still a big lie. Because even in this present 21st century, there are people who always buy books. You just don't know. The thing is, now it has just shifted away from traditional publishing to self-publishing. If you know your onions and you know how to navigate your ways around publishing a book, people will buy it. People always have problems, but when they see that there is a solution to their problem, they will buy it. So if you sell a book that solves people's problems, why would they not buy it? They are going to buy it and they are going to read it. Now let's even use another example. Do you know, if I make this class, if I make this if you know, you get a series of videos that is going to teach you on some particular things, and the videos are like 50 videos, you might be procrastinating. But when it's just a written text that is just 20 pages, you can easily flip through. So people always read books, people always buy books. To believe that the reading industry, people do not read again, is actually a big myth that we need to tackle. Let's now even go beyond that. Do you know that on a platform like Amazon, people are buying books there? Millions of people are buying books on that platform daily. You just need to sell your books to people who are interested in buying your books. People still read. The only problem is you think people do not read. That is why you are not writing. People still read. Never think people do not read. In fact, even you yourself, you read. You just do not know that you are a reader. Do you know that you spend a lot of time on Facebook or on WhatsApp, and all those times you spend on those platforms, have you ever observed that the thing that you are doing on those platforms is majorly reading articles? You are majorly reading what someone has written. The only problem is when the person who writes does not know how to write well to make people read his writing, and that is something that will be tackled in this training anyway. But then when you realize that everyone still reads, everyone still writes, you will begin to pay attention to the writing, to your writing itself. Number 3, the third myth I want to tackle is that people do not make money from writing. In fact, this is a very big lie. One of the top high income skills that you can acquire yourself with is copywriting, and that is writing. So in copywriting, what you do is you help people who have firm, you help them write a copy, and what that means is you just write something that will persuade people to carry out an action. Maybe you want people to buy their product, or maybe you want people to to merge their company with their own company, or maybe you want people to click a link, or you want people to do something. Writing a text to make people carry out that action is simply copywriting, and this is what every business lives on. If you even have a business of selling recharge cards, you still do copywriting, in case you do not know. Those times when you actually put a picture and you just write a small description on your picture telling people to purchase your product, that's copywriting. So if somebody is a copywriter actually, and he knows how to do copywriting, what will happen is when he writes all those particular same things, people will respond more. That's just the difference. The difference is one person knows that he is actually a writer, another person does not know that he's a writer, so he's writing without knowing that he actually writes. That is why he's not getting results. But then the first person who knows he is a writer, whose mind is oriented towards that knowledge, will begin to get more results from his writing. So Do not make the mistake of thinking that people do not write. People still write. Everyone is a writer. Even you yourself listening to me, you are a writer. Number two, do not make the mistake of thinking that people do not read anymore. People still read. Even you yourself listening to me, you read a lot. Maybe you do not read as much as an average individual should, but you still spend certain amount of time every day reading. You just need to analyze. How many times do you spend on WhatsApp? What are you doing there? You are reading text. How many times do you spend on Twitter, on Instagram? Most of the times you're actually reading things. So people read. These three myths are the main things that actually holding people back from making money in writing, and they are the main things that are actually holding people back from actually excelling in their writing. So if you have a passion for writing, go for it. Don't let that passion die. Now that you know the relevance of writing, you know that writing is something that is inevitable, because humans in the digital age, in this present century, in fact, live on writing, because even the social media lives and survives on writing. Now you know the relevance of the writer. Now you also know that a writer is always in demand, because everyone needs him. In fact, Cravinkminds needs writers. That's why we build a community, because we want to see people become better writers and want to see them make money from writing. Everyone who has an organization, we need somebody to be writing articles for him. We need somebody to be writing emails for him. And those people who owns those farms, they don't have those time. So writers are always in demand. Now you know the writer is always in demand. You know that writing is something that is important and something that is inevitable. Then I believe you should have a question. Why is it that Cravinkminds teaches creative writing? Why don't we teach copywriting? Why don't we teach content writing? Or why don't we even teach something like maybe academic writing? The reason we teach creative writing is one reason actually, and that reason is because every other forms of writing are intertwined under creative writing. Let me use a simpler sentence. Every other form of writing are under creative writing. If you know creative writing, it is as if you know every other forms of writing. I'm not saying when you are a creative writer, you are a content writer. This is what I am saying. I am saying when you are a creative writer, everything that you can learn to be a good content writer, you would have learned it in creative writing. This is also what I am saying. When you are a creative writer, everything that you would have learned to be a good copywriter, you would have learned it under creative writing. So creative writing is like a mother that bridges every other form of writing. If you are talking about copywriting, you are going to be needing to write to persuade people to buy a product. Persuasion is under creative writing. If you are going to be talking about content writing, you are going to be writing to inform people about certain things. Information is under creative writing. Emotions, creating characters, creating ideas, using figures of speech, using sentences that actually convert, using hooks, using sentences that touch the attention of your readers, using words to persuade and convince those people who are reading what you are writing, and using words to entertain people. All these things are inside creative writing, and these are the things that all these other types of writing use. So when we talk about content writing, it's all the elements we find in creative writing that they are trying to use. Copywriting too is all the elements we find in creative writing they are using. So that means if you learn creative writing, you will have an edge over every other form of writing. This is why we teach creative writing. You just need to learn it, then you begin to apply. I have never attended a class on copywriting, but then I have a friend who attended lots of classes on copywriting, but because I am a writer, I'm a creative writing, I get more results in my copies than he does. In fact, in the one he read, the class he created a copy for, he could not even get any conversion. And then because I'm a creative writer, I knew what was wrong. So if it's just like someone like Chimamanda Adichie, you know she's a writer, she's a creative writer. Those people who you call writers are all creative writers. Chinua Achebe, Chimamanda Adichie, Wole Soyinka, those people are creative writers. Now, do you think if you employ Chimamanda Adichie to help you write a content on how to be a good how to jog or how to lose weight, do you think she will have a problem with writing that? That's absurd. It will be as easy as ABC. That's how creative writers are. Writing other things becomes very easy. That is why we teach creative writing. So number one, the fundamental form of writing that helps you to master any other type of writing is creative writing. That is why we teach creative writing. Once you know it, you can master every other form of writing. Number 2 is because it deals with creativity, and creativity is an element that you even need to write well in anything. If there is a form of writing that helps your creativity, then why will you undermine it? Number 3 is because it has to do with human emotions, and in creative writing, if you are dealing with emotions, it means that you begin to understand human psychology. Human psychology is an element that you need if you want people to buy your products, if you want people to purchase whatever it is you are selling, and creative writing teaches this. Number 4, you learn to write without making errors. Those people who are not actual writers, they write content, they might know how to touch people's emotions, but there is something they lack. They lack grammar. They do not even know how to write good sentences, and these are some of the things that will mark them down. They might be getting results for some particular kind of people, but then a professional, somebody who really knows what he's looking for, might not employ them because he will feel like this person does not even know how to construct a good sentence. So grammar is another factor that can affect your writing actually. And then if you are a creative writer, you will not have problem with this. Another thing also is that in creative writing, you learn how to tell stories. So if you know how to tell stories, it will make you get results. Copywriters are able to generate results when they tell stories. If you don't know how to tell a story, your reader might not be interested in reading what you are writing. So storytelling as an element also is what you will learn in creative writing. And another reason is that in creative writing, if you are a creative writer, you actually have more respect and reputation. That is why you will notice that somebody like Chimamanda Adichie is appreciated and celebrated worldwide. That is because he's actually a creative writer. The same with every other creative writer. Wole Soyinka, Chinua Achebe, every other creative writer you can think, they always have respect and reputation. So the reason is because they are actually considered as intelligent individuals who know how to use language. That is what creative writing is, and that is what it gives you. So every other form of writing you might learn is just things that you will find in creative writing that you are just learning there. So if you pay attention to creative writing, writing every other thing becomes very, very easy for you. That's what I just said here. The mastery of creative writing makes you able to write any other form of writing easily. So this is why we teach creative writing in Cravingminds, because we believe once we teach this, it becomes easier for the members of the community to accelerate their writing skills. It becomes easier for them to generate results. If we teach them content writing, they cannot write prose, they cannot write novels. But if we teach you creative writing, you can write plays, you can write novels, you can write poetry, and you can write contents. Then you can also write copies. So that is the main advantage, and that is the reason why we teach creative writing. Quickly, I don't want to waste so much time. I want this video to be quick, so I will just talk about the things that you find in the first part of the video. Remember, why I want you to stick and why I want you to keep watching this video is because I will get to some important parts in this particular first video where I will be teaching you how to make money from writing. So you need to stay and keep watching so that you get to that part. So the first thing you get in the first part, the first part on writing, I said there are 3 different sections of this training. One section on making you a better writer, another section on helping you to make money from writing, and another section on actually bringing you into the community. So in the section of making you to be a better writer, that's the first part. What do you find? You'll find I'll be teaching you all the secrets that I know about writing and editing that you will not even find on Google. If you go on Google, you will never really find anything on mirror sentences. If you check something on phonetics, it might not be actually clear. Then Google might not explain to you what is actually called Pollyanna and Dyspollyanna. Those are things and tricks about writing that people who are really into writing know, and these are the things that help people to become professional writers. When you write in these ways, people see that you are not just an ordinary writer, you are a top-notch writer. Another thing that I'll be doing that you'll be getting in the training is how to write irresistible sentences. I will teach you how to write sentences that are actually strong. Everything you will ever be writing is a combination of sentences. If your sentences are bad, you have bad writing. That's just it. So I'll be teaching you how to write good sentences. It's not actually just grammar, it's beyond grammar. There are some things you can actually write good grammar, but then your everything you wrote is not good enough. So I'll teach you how to write good sentences, and I'll teach you why you are actually writing sentences that are weak. Then we'll go into the genres of creative writing itself, which are fiction, poetry, prose, and script. I'll teach you how to write all this, and I'll also help you to see that writing itself, creative writing itself transcends prose, fiction, and poetry. If you know this, how to write all these things, you will be able to write almost every other thing you can think of. I will also be telling you how that is true and how that is possible. Then in the first part of the training, after the first part of the training, you would have mastered all the one writing skills that makes you write almost anything, that makes writing almost anything a piece of cake for you. And that one writing skill is actually creative writing. So at the end of this training, you would have mastered creative writing, and what that will do to you is that it will make you to be able to be equipped with enough knowledge that will help you to be able to write almost any other thing. Then at the end of this first part, you would have discovered how to write best-selling books. So you would have been equipped with enough knowledge that can make you to write the best-selling books. Then I will also teach you how to write and tell stories that hold the attention of your readers. Storytelling is an important element in marketing and advertising. If you are not strong in storytelling, you will not be able to be a good copywriter, and you will not be able to generate enough sales. You will not get enough results. So if you can master storytelling, you'll be able to get results. I'll teach you how to be a good storyteller. Now let's move on to the second part. So what do you get in the second part? The second part is actually the part of the training that I'll be talking about to make money from writing. So in the second part, basically I'll be telling you I'll be teaching you how to publish on Amazon no matter where you are from. Amazon is a good platform that can make you make passive income as a writer. I will teach you how to publish on Amazon. There's one advantage, one disadvantage, one side effect is that we as Nigerians, we cannot exactly add our bank accounts to Amazon because of tax issues. I will teach you how to bypass that. I'll also be granting you access to a series on publishing that is a series of videos actually, and it's on publishing. It will teach you all you need to know about publishing. That's traditional and self-publishing, in case you want to go into traditional publishing or self-publishing, and I will just be giving you access to that for free. I will teach you also how to sell your books outside Amazon, because you might be having difficulty getting reviews on Amazon. So you might also need to sell your books and you do not have a website, you do not have, and maybe selling a book on WhatsApp is not working well for you. I'll be teaching you how to sell outside Amazon and keep making money. I'll also teach you how to write without spending money on anything and still make sales. I'll teach you how to make money from writing without spending money on anything. I will teach you how to market your books and present them in ways that will continually make sales forever. So if you have a book that you've written and you do not market them, you will not make money. And then if you market and you do not know how to actually market, you will not make money. So it's either you do paid marketing or free marketing. That's marketing where you don't spend any money. That's free marketing. I also teach you how to run ads, how to market your books without spending any money. Then I will guide you through Amazon best-selling niches and how to discover the best niche for you. So I will help you to understand or to know all the best-selling niches on Amazon that can make you make money. Then also I'm going to also teach you in this second part how to make money from freelance writing. I'll teach you how to make money from freelance writing. So in case you do not want to write that much and you want to make money as a freelance writer, but of course that also means that you need to write a lot, I'll also be teaching you how to do that. So what do you get in the third part? That is in the membership. What you get is membership bonuses. There are some membership bonuses that are disclosable to just members. Also, you have access to direct mentoring, because for instance, let's say you join this platform and you are not exactly very strong at writing, the fact that you are a member of the community makes you have direct access to me and every other leader of the community, and so they will be commenting on your write-ups and they'll be helping you develop as a writer, so you keep improving as a writer. That's what that means. You also have access to monthly cash awards. You'll be awarded cash prizes monthly when we see that you are writing extremely well. Also, you will be granted a space on the website to publish your books. This will make you make more money, because if you are not only selling on Amazon, you're also selling on our bookstore, you will be able to get more money, and the money you make from this place will be different from the money you make from Amazon. That will mean added money for you, and also you'll be eligible to participate in some contests, some competitions that will be and some other beneficial programs that will be going on within the community. These are the bonuses that you actually get. These are the things that you get when you join the community. Remember, I want you to keep watching this video, because the fact that you watch is when you are done with this video that you get access to the second part of the free class. This is the first part of the free class, and also another thing you'll be getting in this video is I will also be helping you to recognize the ways in which you can make money from writing. So that's what we are even moving to now. The first way you can make money from writing is actually freelance. You need to freelance, so you need to sell your writing skills to other people, or you ghostwrite for them. Ghostwriting means you write for somebody and the person pays you, but what will happen is the book will no longer be your book, it will be the book of the person who paid for your services, and that's still under freelancing. So that is one good way to make money from writing. There are freelancing platforms you can use. You can use Fiverr. Just go on Fiverr. People make a lot of money from writing. There's a member of the community, one of the heads of the community is a freelance writer, and he makes money from writing. Another thing you can do is to publish your books. So and this is the sweetest part, you just need to publish your book on Amazon. Make sure your book is ranked, make sure your book has good SEO ranking, and then just forget about it. Just be checking your account once in a while, then you see that they are paying you. That's the way it works. Number 2, publish your book on our website, run ads on it. If you don't have the time to run ads on it, just upload it on your status, upload it on your other platforms, and when people see it, they buy your book. In fact, we also run traffic to our website, so when people see your book and your book has a good description, it has good reviews, and your book has good likes, people are going to buy your book. The other way people make money from writing is actually awards. Now, this might look weird to you, but one thing people do not know about writing is that writing has more opportunity of competitions and awards. I don't know if you've noticed, you'll discover that there are always many writing competitions every month, every year, and when you pay attention to all of them, there are just so many, and the money that they can fetch the writer is just so much. What some individuals do is just they make a business out of writing or out of applying for competitions. So they write and write for different competitions. There are just so many of them. One competition can be paying you $12,000 once you just write, and you just need to write once and forget about it. What do you have to lose? If you really love writing, at least you wrote, and it's something you love to do anyway. But then if you don't win, you don't lose anything. It's something you love to do that you are doing. It's just like you doing something you love to do and making money out of it. You can apply for many competitions. If you keep doing that every month, you see that you make money. I think people have not realized that there are many writing competitions, and if you apply for many of them, you write for many of them, in a month you can make over $22,000. Some competitions are just $1,200. There are many competitions like that. You just need to go online and search about them. So this is one way to make money from writing that is not common, but it's very effective. But then these are the two major ways people make money from writing. Is either you freelance or is either you publish. And I'm going to be pleased to tell you that these three major writing opportunities are going to be provided by the community. The community will help you be a freelance writer, will help you create profiles that will make people buy your writing services on our website and even beyond our website. Also, In the community, there is a bookstore where you can always publish your books and continually make money. Even beyond the bookstore, we also help go the extra mile of seeing you publish in platforms like Amazon, so that you keep making money from your books. Then awards. Of course, in the community, every month we award people who write and who wrote extremely well. So these are the ways that you make money from writing, and these 3 ways are actually in the community. Congratulations and thanks for watching to this moment. If you've watched to this moment, I'm just going to tell you congratulations. It means that you've successfully been able to maybe satisfy yourself for the second part of the free class. So this is the first part of the free class I just ended. I'll be dropping the second part of the free class when I get your feedback on this video. So that means that there are some things that will make me know that you actually saw this video, and that will be dependent on if you are on the group. If you're on the group page, you'll be getting the free class once you respond to some of the questions I'll be asking. Then if you are actually watching this video from our website, you just need to check your email. Once you check your email, you'll find the second part of the free class in your email. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.